Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, in the studio on a Wednesday morning. We knew it was coming. The NFL and the four-letter network have agreed upon a massive deal. Does that mean my ESPN Plus subscription is going to go up in price, or are they going to charge me another amount for it to hold a different network?
Yes. That's exactly what it means. It is a very big deal. There's no question about that. It's massive in every respect. It isn't final yet because it has to receive governmental approval since there are antitrust circumstances involved here. But the bottom line is this. ESPN, the four-letter network, has acquired the rights to the NFL Network, NFL Fantasy, and the rights to distribute the NFL Red Zone. All right, that means that the ESPN can establish where they want the red zone to go, whatever dealer wants to deal with them, and they get the profit from it. All that's in exchange for a 10% equity stake in ESPN. And the NFL estimates that'll be worth about $2.5 billion. Good heaven's sake. Does it mean it's going up? Yeah, I think probably they estimate now that the cost for NFL Network, unless you're already into a circumstance, and ESPN is included in that circumstance, be it streaming, be it satellite, whatever the case might be, if you're already grandfathered in, then you're all right. But for newcomers, it's about $30 a month extra. That's a pretty good chunk of change to be investing in that, but that's what they want, and it's very, very, very rich for both parties.
I think eventually there's going to have to be a swing back, but before you get too down, the league didn't give away everything. They kept the rights to the website, NFL.com, and what my thought was immediately when I heard this, because to me, like, you know, as a fan, the heritage of this whole game is a big deal, and I love what NFL Films has done, and I was like, who owns NFL Films? The league kept that.
NFL keeps it.
Mm-hmm.
It's based in South Jersey. Southern New Jersey is where they have all their studios. The Sable family still has, they're the ones who started it. They still have the ties to it. And yeah, that is important because it does control not only the film, which is still extensive and still used quite a bit, but also the taping of the games and things like that. That does fall into their category. They're not giving everything up, but they're giving up a lot. And the folks at ESPN are getting a lot as well. This is a pretty good deal. That 10% stake in the equity of ESPN is massive for the NFL. My gosh, that's a lot of money.
That is. It's going to be a lot of money, definitely down the road, too. So speaking of deals, NCAA kind of a shake-up in their governing body. Is this a good or bad thing?
It's depends on how you look at things. You knew it was going to come. It's inevitable. The Power Four conferences, no longer the Power Five, it's the Power Four, now get extra votes when it comes to making decisions. It used to be that the NCAA gave every single member, and that's all of them, Division I, Division II, Division III, every single member had the same vote. Well, the big guys said this is not going to work at all. We need to have more. So they being the Power Four conferences, a greater voting stake in the decisions, and it does kind of alter things. But, Mike, I'll tell you what it leads to, in my opinion. Not going to happen right away, and maybe not in my lifetime, but not too very far away down the road. It's going to come to a split, and the big schools are going to run whatever they want to run. Smaller schools will run whatever they want to run. It's, again, a money difference here, and the NCAA will no longer be what it is now, at least in its dying embers. But it's not going to happen immediately, but it will happen somewhere along the line.
They just don't have any teeth left.
No.
That's just ultimately when the schools get big enough to basically have just as money.
When
much
you
money
can answer the decisions in court. That's when it happens, and they can't right now.
We'll see what happens down the road for those guys. Why don't they just let it happen and let all these teams be the minor league for the sports they play in, because that's what it feels like already. All right, St. Jude Classic's happening in Memphis. What time and who are we watching?
They tee off at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning on the course, which is about, maybe 30 miles outside of Memphis, called TPC Southwind, and it's a very, very nice course. This is a $20 million purse. The winner will get $3.6 million out of that, but even more than that, the winner will also get 2,000 FedEx points. That's the key. Now, case in point, there are only 70 golfers playing, the top 70 point getters. A guy named Matty Schmid, who is a German golfer, birdied the final 3 holes of the Wyndham Classic last week. That was the final regular season event. Birdied the final 3 holes, and that got him just enough points to be the number 70 and last golfer. He'll be the first one to tee off tomorrow. Now, you say, well, does he have any chance? Well, it's fleeting, but hey, you never can tell. Suppose he wins that St. Jude Classic and gets 2,000 points, and he's right up there for the final 2 events. You never can tell what might happen. That's the beauty of it. The winner of the St. Jude Classic and the winner of the BMW Classic the final week and the winner of the tournament championship at East Lake in Atlanta on August 21st, I think is when that one tees off, earns individually $20 million.
Cardinals looking better in the City of Angels?
Not really. Not last night. Actually, the Cardinals did win the first game on Monday night, but didn't last night. Pitching fell apart. 2-2 ball game in the 3rd inning, and you've got Miles Michaelis out on the hill, and he's not throwing very hard, and the Dodgers took advantage of it. Scored 3 runs in that 3rd inning, took a 5-2 lead, and eventually built on that down the stretch and win the game 12-6. Los Angeles 12, the Cardinals 6. Teoscar Hernandez was the hitting star of the game for the Dodgers, had 2 home runs. Max Muncy had a big home run, and Muncy's he's come back now off the injured list, and he's a big addition to that Dodgers lineup. And, of course, you've got Shohei Ohtani. They pitch around him. He's walking all the time. He doesn't get anything to hit. Anyway, Dodgers win it by a score of 12-6. And the Cardinals, who are now 13 games out of first with 47 games to play, that's a huge margin to have to overcome. And you have to hope other teams lose. We'll have a day game today. This is a getaway game in Los Angeles. Most of the games today are under the sun in Major League Baseball. Wednesday's the getaway day, and then Thursday, many of them have the day off.
Because it is going to be a hot one for most of them. Royals pretty much had the same situation in Boston against the Red Sox and just got lit up last night.
They did 6-2. The Boston Red Sox win it over the Royals. Wilver Abreu had the key hit. It was in the 7th inning. It drove in a couple of runs and boosted the Boston Red Sox from a 3-2 lead into a command, and 6-2. The Red Sox win the game over the Kansas City Royals. Springfield Cardinals and the San Antonio Missions played down in Texas, and the Missions, who trailed 4-0 in this game, come back and beat the Springfield Cardinals 5-4. That doesn't happen to Springfield very often.
Chiefs continue their training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri. First preseason game is on Saturday. How'd they look yesterday?
Yeah, thank goodness it is a preseason game coming up, too, because according to all the reports coming from the Chiefs camp, some of the newcomers and even some of the veterans had trouble with the timing aspect on offense. Now, keep in mind that the Kansas City Chiefs run a very complicated offensive attack. That's Andy Reid's style, and you better read that playbook. And this includes the offensive linemen, the running backs, and so forth. There were several occasions when the offensive linemen ran into the running backs. Well, that's mistiming right there. It did not make Coach Reid very happy. But that's why you have practice games, and that is why you have practice. Now, they'll get out on the field again in St. Joe today, and then again tomorrow, leave for Phoenix on Friday and play the game on Saturday night.
Ned, you have a wonderful day, and I will see you mañana.